Hi there, welcome to this short video. It's a video that I'd never planned to actually record, so you'll have to forgive me. I'm doing it slightly on the hoof. Well, when I say slightly, very much on the hoof. The reason I'm actually recording it is because of a purchase I made yesterday. This was a purchase I made for my own business. It was an email type item or product that I thought may very well help my own business. And as I'm always interested in looking at email based products, it's something I invested in. The product itself is Kevin Fahey's IM emails. You can see here's the proof that I actually did purchase it. There was no thought of actually promoting it. However, having had a look at it, it really did capture my imagination and something I thought was well worth letting you become aware of. What I wanted to do is just take you over to the actual portal itself. Here's the IM email marketing portal. I'd probably start off by being totally honest and saying I don't find it the most user friendly of portals. So that has to be said. But having said that, the important element is what's in there. Now, primarily, it's training. So there's a whole bunch of training that you can access across various modules. I'll admit I've not done all of the training, but Kevin's a good guy with a lot of good knowledge, so I'm sure that they will be good. But what interested me and why I'm telling you is because of Module 1. And what you get in Module 1, as well as the training, is this thing here. This is a copy of all of the emails that Kevin has sent out over a period of time. But not only that, the key elements are the fact he also supplies open rates, click-through rates, etc. Now, I've only gone for the basic program, but those who upgrade can then actually access the contents of the emails themselves. So why is this all so important? Why is this so special that it's made me record this? Well, anyone who's done any kind of email marketing before knows that subject lines are hugely important. Now, I've taught before, I've written in training that I've recorded that the most important element is the relationship you have with your list. But the only way you get to build a relationship, a rapport with your list, is for them to actually read your emails. And for them to read your emails, one of the key elements to getting people to open your emails is the subject line. The subject line, in effect, is going to be the shop window. If that's not appealing, it's not going to attract people in. So, it is really, really important. Even if, like me, you've started to build a relationship with your readers, and therefore they only have to see your name to open your emails, you should always be adding new people onto your list, and therefore the subject line is always going to be important to get people to open your emails, so that they read your emails, so that they understand what you're all about, and therefore you can build that relationship. So either way you look at it, subject lines are hugely, hugely important. And I'm always looking at new ways of finding interesting, attention-grabbing emails, because as I'm sure you already know, inboxes are very busy places, and therefore you need to stand above the crowd, and your subject line is the way you're going to do that. Now, with Kevin's product here, it's so simple and yet so useful. in that he has all his emails, he has the open rates, click-through rates, etc. But what he also does is he actually allows you to sort on any of these headings. So for example, if I wanted to sort on open rate itself, I can click on that, and we've got open rates from lowest to highest, so from highest to lowest, and so on. Over here you've actually got the campaign names, so you can actually look at specific campaigns. And so I might, let's search on this particular one, enter that in search, and there you can see that particular campaign. The series here, the number relates to when it gets sent. So for I'm sure you're fully aware that a 0 means that gets sent out on day 1 straight away, up to then day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5 and day 6. Over here you can see what effect that has had. So it starts off at 42.8% with a click-through rate of almost 10%, going 34, 31, 21, 20, 20. Having seen that, being able to look at what Kevin has done before then will allow you to highlight the subject lines that have had the greatest impact and just copy and paste them for yourself. You know, as I say, it's a very simple and perhaps deceptively so. Having those subject lines, useful subject lines, are absolute like gold dust. And you'll see along the top that he also splits up his emails. So you've got broadcast messages, active campaigns, affiliate messages, and then there's one along the end here, all emails. So they're actually split up into the different types. Down to that. The different types of emails and the different types of subject lines. So even if it was just for that, the sort of less than $10 he's asking for, that is a really good resource that you can use. Now, I would suggest that for those who are perhaps not familiar or don't feel comfortable creating their own emails, actually investing in the upsell to get access to the wording of the emails themselves, for a lot of you that is going to be really useful as well. But hopefully you can see why I was so excited about this. A very simple concept, very not complex at all, no huge claims of making huge amounts of money overnight, but anyone who's been doing any kind of email marketing for any length of time will realize just how useful this collection of subject lines and how effective those subject lines are. You'll know how useful that would be. As I say, it is much more than those subject lines. There is the training as well. If I click on the button to see that, scroll down here, you can see that it's 5 modules, 21 lessons. This is what you're all learning down here: emails and subject lines, reports, marketing results, video training, and solo ads. So the training on its own is going to be worth the $10 when you consider that absolutely brilliant resource of the subject lines, with how successful they've been in terms of click-through rates and open rates, and add to that, if you go for the upgrade, the actual emails themselves. Hopefully you'll see why I was so excited about it and why I wanted to sit down and record this very rough and ready video So that's all I wanted to say. If you've got any questions, you know how to get in touch. Please do. We're more than happy to answer them. But as I say, if you're in email marketing, check out the link, have a look. Well worth the fairly minor investment. I'm quite happy I spent that $10. I'm sure I'll get, or I know I'll get much more value out of it than that. Okay, sign off and speak to you soon.